Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for May 17th through the 23rd of 2020. And it's a pretty packed week again. Sun and Mercury makes it very personal, individual, let's say evolutions are underway for one and all, and the new moon in Gemini. So let's dive in. On the 17th, which is Sunday, the Sun is going to trine Jupiter. This is a blessing of source energy fueling your biggest dreams and visions for your life this lifetime. You are encouraged to take advantage of the good vibe available when these two get together to expand your life's direction in a big way. This activation is often blessings from previous dedication. You've been moving in a certain direction, and it's like the path has gotten wider and deeper now, allowing you to connect some huge pieces of your personal story together in a new way. It's great for learning and exploring anything that will support your forward movement. Some may use the good vibe to veg out and relax, which for some may be the best. However, if you are stepping up to new levels of your own consciousness, this energy totally supports you as you integrate it all. It is an enthusiastic, optimistic energy that will open doors for you depending on your attitude. It will allow you to see the big picture and the next necessary step toward your goals at this time. So deep breath. This is Sun in Taurus trining Jupiter in Capricorn, which means it's earth signs. We can make some tangible headway here if we evolve our story in present moment, here and now. How's it going? Even throughout worldly challenges and restrictions and limits and things like that. You're redefining your terms as we speak. And last week we talked about the summer retrogrades, and I did a bunch of divinations on the Instagram Live that's up on my Karmic Tools YouTube channel. So check that out if you're interested in a little extra guidance or support for the retrograde season, which we are in right now. So the fact that we still have that processing to do, but we have this blessing of Sun trine Jupiter right in the bursting of springtime around here, is still a good time to connect to the vision you're aiming for, let's say. And because Jupiter is a benefactor, you can expect the blessings. And then I'll remind you here, too, that this is still the year of miracles, where Jupiter in Capricorn and Neptune in Pisces are getting together in a special way 2 more times this year. And so we have access throughout the year to bringing some new visions into form. So don't look back and don't be discouraged by what's not working, but really use the energies for what they're good for and start cultivating the vision of what to do on the other side of this. Wherever you have had to push pause and pause your life in a certain way and reset things, that's where this energy can be helpful to help you vision the next steps. Then the 19th is Tuesday, my Instagram Live day, for those of you that like to join us there. I encourage you to send me questions ahead of time or after, or, it's been really wonderful to get notes from you, those of you that can join us or listen to the replays. And I do welcome your feedback and encourage this to be an interactive kind of fun thing, so check us out when you can. The 20th is Wednesday, and this brings Venus, which is retrograde, squaring Neptune. This energy is great for creative flow, so if you are artistically inclined in any way, you can have access to energy that may allow you to create something amazing. Dig deep and allow yourself to free flow. This energy can also challenge relationships, personal or professional, to keep it real in some way, and ones which are not on true, solid foundation are likely to dissolve under this influence. When Neptune is involved, we see life through a completely different kind of lens, often seeing the potential rather than the reality of the situation. Detach and trust. If your relationship happens to end under this influence, it's not necessarily a bad thing because it suggests that it was never on solid ground to begin with. Be thankful and move on. This activation is just helping you align your true values and priorities with the vision in your mind and heart, but you will have to expand your consciousness in some way. Follow your inner compass and take practical steps going forward. So deep breath. Venus is already retrograde in Gemini, reviewing your options, reviewing the ideas and concepts and possibilities that are coming out of some of this new predicament we all find ourselves in, having to rebirth our lives on a different level. Squaring off with Neptune in Pisces, which is a lot of the illusion delusion zone. So we need to let go of that and get a little more practical and use the review time to have those breakthroughs where we let go of ideas that are really distracting and get us off track and are not basically healthy for us. Then the 22nd, this is Friday, Mercury will conjunct Venus retrograde. So that's a powerful activation. This energy encourages you to see the divine order or the unifying theme running through the events of your life, good, bad, and indifferent, as well as past, present, and future. This is an initiation of new values around communication, self-expression, and the value of your ideas. You may finally be able to express ideas that have been percolating in your head. Some people say, I love you at this time, or articulate their feelings in a deeper, more expressive way. It's really juicy for your inner artist. This is the beginning of expressing your creative ideas in altogether new and different ways than ever before. Allow your imagination to free flow. Play with ideas with no attachment to outcome. Take advantage and explore all that this energy stirs within you, but don't give in to overthinking or overprocessing things. These connections are richer, giving you access to deeper personal growth and development through a new understanding of how all the events of your life work together for good, ultimately. You can see the necessity of certain challenges and clearly see your own personal mastery thus far. Celebrate and choose to create some new thought patterns that integrate and reflect more beauty throughout your life. So again, with this being a little activation while Venus is retrograde, this is an opportunity to renew our creativity, the way we express things, and choose to do it in a new way, which we're going to have to do anyway when we're able to socially interact again. So start dreaming that up, thinking about what you would like to express and the kind of people you want to be around and how you want to go forward. Same day, Friday the 22nd, Sun is going to trine Saturn. So this energy gives you the direction and discipline at the same time. Use it to consciously fuel your goals and open to receive blessings from your past efforts. You are completely supported to structure your life in a whole new way, okay? Deep breath. This takes on a whole new meaning than ever before this year. It's time to take a personal inventory, organize your life, especially your home, office, or immediate environment. Naturally, this kind of shift will also affect those you relate with in these close environments. So be mindful of others who are not necessarily as clear as you may be at this time. A new order is trying to take root, which scares some and excites others. And this activation supports you and your personal definition of stability and good boundaries. You have access to focus and dedication that can set the tone for the next season as you clarify the connection between who you are and what you are truly responsible for in this life. Evaluate your daily routine and see what's working and what's not, and move forward with some new choices. Deep breath. Very new choices, because now Sun has shifted into Gemini, trining Saturn in its early degrees, also retrograde in Aquarius, and dipping back almost to Capricorn. So this is a powerful, again, renewal kind of thing. Double check, go back over, and let's tune in to that direction and discipline to basically commit to living our lives a new way, and expressing ourselves in a new way, and to make that commitment going forward to nurture life rather than death or the patriarchal system. Friday's a big day, y'all. It keeps going. Friday also, Mercury squaring Neptune. So this is deep. At the same exact time that it trines Saturn, where we can get real with a little bit of ease and grace, and because Saturn's retrograde, it's more personal and inward directed anyway. So we're all getting a reality check that we get annually to sort of check in with the reality we're living and make sure we're not giving our authority away, right? So then it turns the same day in the same energy. The sun is your source and fuel and where the energy is and where things are being awakened and enlivened. Mercury is your consciousness and how you think and express and your ideas and things. So that's where the challenge is, to grow your consciousness in a certain way, engage your imagination because it's Neptune, but you got to watch out because it is a square. So it's a test to see through the veils, to see through any kind of delusions. So it is a mixed blessing energy. On one hand, it's good for spiritual study and giving your dreams a little energy, if your schedule permits. On the other hand, it makes for major miscommunications between people. Try to think before speaking, because if it's possible to misunderstand or not get it altogether, it can happen this week. Be careful not to let longing for your dreams to come true distort your judgment and mislead you into believing the illusion. With this energy, some people will deliberately deceive, and others have to be careful not to be misled. Stick to the facts or stay quiet for now. You may even be inclined to withhold information to avoid a confrontation. Don't do it. Communicate with yourself and spirit today. Otherwise, plan to be very clear in explaining yourself to others, usually the humans, so that there are no misunderstandings. So when I say don't withhold information to avoid a confrontation, that comes from a lesson I learned in real life that I've shared with many of you over the years, is that for many, many years in the past, it has probably worked for many or all of us to avoid a confrontation because basically I'm not going to change your mind, you're not going to change my mind, let's agree to disagree, that's just it. However, I had that come around to bite me one day. What it was I was silent in the moment of the drama, and then a couple months later, a family member was like, well, you said blah, blah, blah. I said, I did not say anything that day because I did not agree with you, so I was quiet. Now, if you want the truth, I'm going to have to answer you. So I tried to avoid it, but by avoiding it, it misled her into thinking I agreed with her. So silence is sometimes agreement perceived by others. That's not what it is, but that's how they perceive it. So that's when you have to use your judgment as to whether it's time to kind of speak up for your truth or not, and let the chips fall where they may. And Mercury square Neptune can bring that up, where maybe there was a disillusionment or, let's say, confusion in the conversation, and now it becomes clear to you at this time. Same day, new moon in Gemini. This new moon can activate some radically new ways of thinking, learning, and expressing. So that's what we should be planting the seeds for. How we process information and what we allow into our individual field of resonance, into our personal space, or into our consciousness. Now that the collective field is infinitely open, you are encouraged to fortify and rely on your own filters, boundaries, and systems for living. It's time to live your own truth within the context of the larger collective truth. Gemini always activates the lesson of choice, and now that we have so many choices, some more than others, we have to have a way of making the best choices for self. The way to do that is to strengthen and fortify the head-heart connection. Allow the head to present the variety of choices and the possibilities therein. Then proceed to the heart to sign off on what feels true and right for you personally. Anything good for you is usually good for all, so think with your heart and set intentions for a new level of learning, awareness, and energetic exchange with others going forward. Now that's what the new moon in Gemini is usually good for. I was feeling it when I looked at this, and all the extra energy around this new moon I felt compelled to add to our forecast this week, which I don't always do. I just follow intuition. But the extra energy around this Gemini new moon includes the recent shift of the North Node into Gemini, kicking off a new 18-month cycle for everyone. This will get us all thinking in new ways about our own path and direction, as well as the path and direction of the social collective realms. It's time to dream up a new way, and the next year and a half is a beautiful exploratory mission, so be sure to engage your imagination, stay positive, and be alert to new choices, options, and opportunities. Okay, this is just the North Node adding to the Gemini new moon. So this is the new moon to the Sag full moon lunar eclipse coming on June 5th. That is the first in its series. This is an important new moon to plant seeds with. The new path and direction is being seeded at the same time in the same month, so we can set our prayers for ourselves and each other and the planet. We also have Venus retrograding in Gemini, May 13th to June 25th, which also activates yet another 18-month cycle of new values and priorities in those departments of life, which would be Gemini. Venus will linger in Gemini April to August of 2020, awakening radically new ideas of how we want to live our own lives and interact with others. We are social communal creatures, and now we have to do that in an entirely new and different way. Venus will ensure that we stay centered in our hearts as we dream up the new. Saturn just arrived in air sign Aquarius, which is also activating our progressive ideas for what is practical, sustainable, and most of all, best for humanity and all living creatures. Deep breath. Lastly, the sacred feminine asteroids are worth mentioning around this time. Pallas, which is our inner feminine wisdom and inner strategist and prismatic perspective, is lingering in Capricorn to activate the deeper feminine wisdom within us to be responsible stewards of Earth and cultivate respect for all life. Pallas retrogrades May 17th. Juno is lingering in Libra to activate a realignment in all our relationships and ways of relating, and she goes direct May 26th. Vesta is currently navigating April, May, June in Gemini, activating the sacred mind within you. The unique ideas, thoughts, and concepts that come through your channel are getting a renewal. The last time Vesta was in Gemini was May, June, July of 2016, which may give you some clues, but I also think it is valuable to note her influence on the current Venus retrograde, lending major power and potency to this evolution of our consciousness and the values of priorities for life on Earth. Okay? Vesta is what's sacred to us. Sacred to you, the individual. In Gemini, that's your consciousness, awakening. Now, the fact that it's happening during a Venus retrograde gives us two feminine entities reviewing, renewing in Gemini together what is sacred to you and, again, what's sacred for your relationships and what's really important and where is the progress, let's say. Where's the evolution that we can build on? And then Ceres is lingering in Pisces to activate our imaginations as we dream up this new relationship with life, each other, and Mother Earth. It's time to nurture your spirit and cultivate your intuition when she's there. And Mars is currently in Pisces too, so this is a nice alignment of masculine and feminine creating the vision together, nurturing each other. Just keep in mind the summer retrogrades. Reversals and turnabouts are fair play, while at the same time it can be delicious support as you are conversing with your own soul and perhaps your invisible team about how the future will unfold in the next 6 months to a year. Juicy goodness is supporting our Gemini New Moon this year. So deep breath, plant your seeds of new ideas, and be ready for the full moon lunar eclipse to begin to break the patterns in your belief systems, because that's what a full moon in Sag is going to light up for you. What you've been believing to be true up until this point has worked probably until this point, but it's probably not going to work going forward. So we have to renew our belief systems. We have to renew what we believe to be true or possible for humans and for the planet, and be more optimistic too. That's the other gift of Sagittarius. So we will be in touch, and I just thank everyone for being part of my community. Reach out if you need to, and have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com. Thank you for listening.
And I am so grateful for your time, energy, and support. Please share this with those you think would resonate, and reach out if and when you need to. Kelly at KarmicTools.com. The goal of my weekly forecast is to alert you to the energies and activations that we're all experiencing and the possibilities for conscious co-creation as an individual. Awareness of the energies is the first key, but I invite you to take it to the next level by checking out my readings, telecircles, and subscriptions, which are all geared toward individual support that helps you understand your own unique blueprint. My specialty is cycles and patterns, and I love helping people figure out their own within the context of the social and collective rhythm. To some, working with their own cycles and patterns is a completely new and foreign concept, but there are many planetary cycles that coincide with natural life cycles that allow us to co-create in mystical as well as practical ways. I create custom tools that I have tried and tested myself for over 30 years, and I do the work alongside my circle every time. So I hope you will reach out if you feel called to dive deeper into your own soul's natural rhythm. Talk to you soon. One love.